I swear eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man.
We will talk about it now.
I have people to meet, Father.
I know the kind of people you are seeing. They are criminals. Donato Guidicelli.
Oh, come on, please. You don't even know him.
I don't need to. The police know him well enough. Enrico! How could you do this to me?
To you? That's what it's all about, isn't it, Father? You precious political carrier. Are you so afraid Judge Cardona might be appointed Minister of Justice instead of you?
It's not about politics. It's about your life.
My life? Did you ever care about my life? All you ever cared about is winning your damn seat.
Enrico! These people are scum. Is that what you want to become?
Yes. Maybe I have already.
Enrico!
I've got to hand it to you, Antoine. You're really quite a slick fellow. Imagine having the chutzpah to buy Lacan Ventures right out from under my nose.
Wasn't so difficult, really. A few small purchases here and there, larger ones elsewhere. I'm surprised your people didn't pick it up.
What makes you think they didn't?
What do you mean?
Well, I had my daughter tracking your movements all last week. See, I realized that when someone pokes his nose into other people's business, he's not exactly tending to his own. So I took the opportunity to buy up 20% of your parent company.
Impossible.
Don't be naive. You didn't think you could teach me how to play that game, did you? No, I think you'll find I own considerably more of you now than you do.
Thank you for the meal. I hope I can treat you the next time.
Yeah, make sure you can afford it.
Perhaps you're a bit hard on him, sir.
Turning the other cheek never worked for me, Bennett.
Papa, it's Count Biondino from Rome. Should I take a message?
No, I'll take it. Yes?
Alexander!
Arturo! ¿Cómo está?
Bene, grazie.
How's the weather in Rome?
Fine. Alexander, my Enrico is running with a fast crowd.
Oh, come on now. He's just a boy. Boys like to have a good time. When we were that age.
We did not spend our time with the drug dealers. Alexander, there is more. He has been accused of murder.
What?
They say he killed 2 men, 2 drug dealers. Since then, I have not seen him. Alex, my boy is wild, but he is no murderer.
What on earth can I do that the police can't?
They are convinced of his guilt. You are my friend.
When did this happen?
Yesterday morning, we argued and he left. And the next thing I knew, the carabinieri were at my door looking for him.
All right. I can't promise anything, but I'll do what I can.
Grazie.
Between friends, thanks aren't necessary. You know that. My people will be in touch. Suzanne, get me the team right now.
Don't worry, it's almost finished.
Flex your bicep for me?
Oh, this is kind of embarrassing.
Look, I'm immortalizing you. And who knows, when we're through, maybe you'll get your turn.
You just buy yourself another half an hour.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Luke.
How did you get in here?
It's okay. It's okay. He's a friend of mine, sort of. Thought I told you never sneak up on me like this.
Well, I kind of figured that you'd be unarmed. It's very good.
The young man in the center is Biondino's son, Enrico.
For someone in trouble, he looks like he's having fun.
Oh, when you're a rich kid, it's all fun, ain't it?
I never knew you had a problem with rich kids, Luke.
No, it's just when they go looking for cheap thrills, knowing that Daddy's money's gonna bail them out.
My money isn't going to bail this one out.
Have you identified the other people in the photo?
The man beside Enrico is Donato Guidicelli.
Our friend Guidicelli has strong links to the Roman underworld. He owns a nightclub called the Inferno, in which this photo was taken.
He was brought up on racketeering charges in Palermo a few years ago. Walked on all counts. How about the girl?
No luck yet. We thought we'd leave something for Luke to do.
Link out. How well she knows you.
Gonna have to ask your folks to buckle up. Looks like it's gonna get bumpy, okay?
Oh, yeah? Wait until we land.
Am I to presume that because of your name, I should not proceed with an indictment against your son?
Hardly, Judge Cardona. My son will have to accept full responsibility for what he has done, if he has in fact done anything.
I hope the irony of this situation is not lost on you. While you preach about the evils of drugs, your son...
I have missed neither the irony nor the politics, Your Honor. If Enrico is proven to be an accomplice in this crime, I will immediately terminate my campaign.
Don't misunderstand me, Count. I'm not looking for personal advantage. Simply justice.
For whom? You or my son? Alexander told me you were coming. He told you what they are saying about my son?
Only that the police know the bike belonged to Enrico.
My son is not a murderer.
We're not saying that he is, but he's involved with people who are.
I know what these men are. Enrico is not with them. They are just using him to get to me.
I can think of a more direct approach.
As a candidate for a Minister of Justice, I spoke out against these monsters. And they know when I am appointed, they will see no mercy.
Then do you think that your rivals are responsible?
I have only one, Judge Cardono. He's a good man. Tired, old.
But he doesn't think so.
No. The demands of the job are great. Constant pressure. Cardono himself was shot last year, leaving a courtroom. He is crippled for life.
Then I guess he's not a suspect.
Well, rivals are rivals.
Signore, i rinfreschi sono pronti.
Please, won't you join me?
Thank you.
Help yourselves, please.
Grazie mille.
Pray. Wow. Do you appreciate the weapons?
Yeah, this is a nice collection. Are you a shooter?
In my youth, these are Enrico's. He was all Italy champion 2 years ago. And this was his prize.
It's a Galati. Got to put a scope on it, too.
You do know your weapons. Every detail is a hand tool. It is one of the most expensive weapons in the world.
One of the most accurate as well. Man. Since I was a kid, I dreamed of having one of these. Thank you.
Count, is there anything amongst your son's effects that would give us just something to go on?
It is not much. But this is all I could find.
And do you have any idea if he actually took anything with him?
As far as I know, nothing. But it would seem there are many things about my son of which I have no idea.
Peter, look at this. Is that his girlfriend?
Love, Carlotta.
The last I knew, he was chasing after a photographer, Claire Bouchard, and this is not her.
Isn't that the girl in the newspaper?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And that?
I love it. I love you.
Do you? If I was in trouble, would you take care of me?
What do you think?
It might be dangerous.
Doesn't matter. I'd do anything for you.
That's good. I have a surprise for you. Are you afraid?
No.
Good.
It's a nice crowd. Viticelli must do a pretty good business in there.
Viticelli's business is drugs. It's just a hobby.
From what Alexander said, he's got a finger in every pie in town.
Yeah, well, let's just hope Enrico's not part of that pie.
Nikki, do you think your cover's safe?
Enrico's ex-girlfriend is out of the country for 6 months on a photo assignment.
Well, I doubt if you'd fool him. If you get that close, I guess you've got what we came for.
Good luck.
Great. You made me miss my shot.
That was my intention. Paparazzi must have permission to work in my company, even when they are as lovely as you are.
I'm not a paparazzi.
My name is Donato Guidicelli. And you are?
Claire Bouchard. I photograph interesting faces, Signor Guidicelli, not famous ones. At the moment, I'm working on my next collection, Roma at Play.
An artist. And how did you happen to single out my little playhouse?
In my photos, I'm after a certain kind of energy. Decadence, danger, sexuality.
You look for the same things in your personal life?
I was told by an acquaintance that your club had much to offer.
And who is this acquaintance? Perhaps I know him.
He's a young Romano, Enrico Biondino.
Signorina, allow me to offer you a drink. Yes, I know Enrico. I've seen him a few times. Newspapers say he's gotten himself into some kind of trouble.
Newspapers say a lot of things.
You have a streak of cynicism. I always find that quite attractive. Perhaps I could convince you to include my photo in your collection. Private sitting.
Roma at Play?
Something like that.
I would like it.
In the meantime, feel free to photograph. I am a great lover of art, Signorina Bouchard.
Thank you.
My son is not involved with scum like this.
Well, our pal Guidicelli's reaction sure makes it seem a whole lot like he is.
Guidicelli's reaction? You would implicate my son because of his reaction?
Sir, what we really mean is that Guidicelli may know where Enrico is right now, that's all.
Of course, you're right. You must excuse me. Judge Cardono's men were here again today. He won't rest until Enrico is in custody.
We understand.
Dario!
What was that?
Dario!
Tell me, who apart from yourself and your son knew about the Galati? Count Biondino.
Why would Enrico have stolen his own gun?
Because he knew you wouldn't like what he's going to use it for.
And what is that?
You tell me. Whoever stole this rifle didn't go hunting. I just had an Uzi emptied on me outside.
I told you, my son is not a thief.
Yeah.
My son is not a killer.
Yeah.
Count, we believe you, but...
You look to your Guidicelli for your answers. Please, go.
I just received a call from the Count. You were supposed to help the man, not terrorize him.
Terrorize him? I just about got wasted back there.
So the motorcycle that Luke saw outside Biondino's yesterday belongs to Enrico. It's the same bike that was involved in the murders.
Yes, I know you've identified the bike, but not the rider.
Fair point. Susie, have you found out anything yet about the girl?
We've run the photo through the police computers. They identify her as Carlotta Frenchi.
She has a record?
Long and distinguished, she's now working for Guidicelli.
At least that's our suspicion. But it still doesn't explain her connection with young Enrico.
Well, maybe it wasn't her idea.
Maybe it wasn't. I'm going to leave you with that to find out.
blank a route.
She has an apartment on Via Celestino. Fancy address for a working girl.
Thank you. I'll check it out. Right. I need you both to go back to the Inferno. I have a feeling that Guidicelli is directing most of the action in this little drama.
This little drama makes me sick.
What's your problem, Nikk?
Got no problem.
Sure looks like it.
Look. Now, when I was a kid and I got in scrapes, I didn't have some rich daddy sitting back to bail me out. I had to face the music.
You got a real chip on your shoulder.
Maybe I do. Maybe guys like this can call in the cavalry every time it gets tough. I mean, maybe that's just the way it's supposed to be. But I don't want to be their cavalry.
Signore, Judge Cardano's judgment is expected tomorrow. We paid our man on the inside enough money to buy a house in Kimberley. Don't worry. He'll let us know when the time is right. Dantimont and his people will be convicted. Angelo, have we come so far together for you not to trust me? You mustn't let fear make your decisions. Fear is our weapon, not theirs. We will move when the time is right. Carlotta says that... Carlotta says... Angelo, you disappoint me. Carlotta does not call the shots. You remember that? Signorina Bouchard. Where is your camera? Have you given up on Roma at play?
I thought I would experience it firsthand. Are you still interested in a privacy?
But of course, with or without your camera. Prego.
Maybe I should go now. I have to make some phone calls.
You don't need to make any calls.
I've got to see my father.
I'm only here for a few days. I need you more than he does.
Carlotta.
Maybe you need something. No? Remember, Enrico, you still have something to do for me.
What more do you want from me?
I'll show you when the time is right.
Rome is like no other city. Electricity flows through the night air here. All you have to do is open up to it. The electricity does the rest.
Electricity can be dangerous.
Only for those who don't know how to control it. I'm always in control.
I believe it. That's what Enrico said.
Enrico. Do you know him well?
I met him at one of my avant-garde exhibitions in Paris. He kept coming back. I wasn't sure if it was for me or my pictures.
Your pictures, of course.
Oh, thanks. Oh, it was so exciting seeing Paris again through his eyes, his enthusiasm. Seeing myself again through his eyes. I always felt he was looking for something. Excitement, stimulation, trouble.
A young man who's looking for trouble usually finds it. Unfortunately, I would think a clever fellow like Enrico could find a great deal of trouble if he set his mind to it. I haven't seen him for a few weeks.
Donato.
Excuse me.
No, color of the place is clean. Unibio de Prego. Lots of fancy jewelry, clothes, perfume. Nothing to lead us to Enrico.
There's gotta be something, Pete. Everybody leaves tracks.
Jelly. I'm sorry, but as much as I enjoy speaking to you about the delights Rome has to offer, business is business.
I understand. I have some things to take care of myself. Maybe we can get together later.
I'd love that.
I keep thinking about the boy's damn rifle.
And with all the heavy artillery Guidicelli's people have, what do they need with a single-shot target rifle?
Oh, maybe, Luke. Because there are all kinds of targets.
Well, if Guidicelli have this kid set up for a hit, these guys can't afford to just sit around and wait.
There's Nikki. I wonder what she's found out.
Here comes Donato with his monkey.
Make sure he leaves. Let's see.
Un bicchiere di vino bianco, per favore.
How's it going?
I know where he hides his money.
Must be slipping. We know that by the first hello.
If you and Nikk can provide a little distraction, maybe I can even tell you what else is inside the safe.
I think that can be arranged.
Grazie.
Stinks in here.
This place wasn't chosen for the atmosphere. Once we received information, we had to move fast.
How is he?
Fine. But we can't keep him going much longer.
Just increase the dosages there. We got the call. It's for tomorrow morning.
What about Enrico?
What about him?
Maybe we don't need to kill him. The state he is in, even he won't know what he's done.
Oh, what is this? This spider woman who has a change of heart.
I don't need your permission.
You speak to Don Di Monte like this,
I always told him what I thought.
then perhaps he deserves to be in prison.
I'm the one who got the boy for you. The plan was mine.
As long as you're working for me, you will follow my orders. Do you understand that? Enrico.
Donato, what are you doing here?
Thought I'd pay you a visit. I met a friend of yours, photographer, Claire Bouchard. Tell me about her.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Whoa. Hey, look at that face, huh? She used to be a boxer. Maybe you're just born ugly. Bet you send the girl screaming, don't you?
This in an envelope with the name Carlotta.
I'll be right back.
Oh, idiot.
Excuse me if I didn't understand, but weren't you supposed to help me out if it got a little too hairy in there?
As far as you're concerned, Luke, too hairy is not a valid concept.
Oh, thanks, Pete. I'll remember that.
Come on. There can't have been more than a dozen of them. I remember when that wouldn't have been enough to get you out of bed.
What did Nikki find out?
Well, she says there were several more shots of this same building in Guidicelli's safe. There's not a lot to go on.
Isn't there an address or something?
No, and we don't have time to find one. But I'm sure it's one of Guidicelli's businesses.
Yeah, or an Enrico's.
Come on, we're not going to go through that again.
Hey, the kid's running around shooting up the town, and all everybody can say is, "Oh, poor Enrico." The guy almost zapped me, man.
No, someone almost zapped you. We still have absolutely no proof that it was Enrico.
Well, what, are you trying to say that he was framed or something?
Well, it's pretty obvious. If Enrico is implicated in underworld business, I mean, how is that going to reflect on what his father's trying to do?
Set up the kid to take down the old man.
Count Biondino's whole platform is his war against drugs, and you can bet your life that if this is a setup, we haven't seen the payoff yet. All right, keep Channel 4 open. I'm going to cover Nikki.
All right.
Cosa triste, ma bisogna lavorare per vivere. A Roma non sono fatta in un giorno. Tu sei troppo nervoso. Chi è nervoso? Claire, you kept your word. You come back.
Of course. And the night is still young.
Angela, Bill. After you left, I received some information about your friend Enrico Biondino.
Really?
It's as I suspected. He's gotten himself into some kind of trouble. Perhaps we should discuss this more privately.
I think she's onto something. She's with Donato. Heading into the back.
So, what did you hear about Enrico?
It's like I said, my dear. That poor boy is in deep trouble. Drugs and even violence.
Violence? Against whom?
You, for one.
What?
I asked him about you. It was really quite confusing. You don't fit the description he gave me at all.
Oh, what did he say? What are you doing?
Take her to the apartment.
She could be with the police.
A policewoman dies as easily as anyone else.
This is ridiculous. What are you going to do with me anyway?
Something's gone wrong. Donato's gone out alone. Get in here. Dentro. Piano e tranquillo. La donna, dove sta?
Lo so. Per piacere.
Does that mean you don't know? I say we just take out Donato.
All these men around and every one of them armed, you really do have a death wish.
You got any better ideas?
Mickey's cover's obviously been blown. Now, if there really is a hit being set up, and this picture has got something to do with it, if we can find the building, we can find Enrico and Nikki.
Okay, Brains. So who's the target?
Well, Carlotta really is involved, and everything points to Judge Cardona.
Right, to sabotage a Damani verdict.
Exactly.
When'd you figure this out?
About 7.5 minutes ago.
Okay, so what the hell are we gonna do?
Pay a visit to the reluctant Count.
The Count is not receiving visitors. You can go tomorrow for an appointment.
We just made our appointment.
It's all right, Dario. I'll see them.
Sorry.
I thought I made myself perfectly clear.
Oh, excuse the rude interruption there, Count. But it seems that the guys that took your son have now taken our partner.
I don't understand.
No?
Guidicelli's people have kidnapped Miss Beaumont.
I'm very sorry, but...
You're going to tell us everything we want to know, and you're going to tell us now.
You idiota! Bringing her here. You could have been followed.
I wasn't. It was Signor Guidicelli's orders.
Your Signor Guidicelli is going to get us arrested.
Count, this picture was found in Donato Guidicelli's safe.
We want to know where this building is. You don't get it, do you?
That is a picture of death. It's a setup for a murder that's going to take place there, and we believe the target is Judge Cardona.
Many of our politicians and judges have safe houses. They go from one to another every few days.
Sir, Enrico is being framed. His life and your political career are in ruins.
Just for a few hours until tomorrow morning.
And her?
It will look like Enrico killed the girl and then himself out of remorse.
He should be remorseful. Murdering a judge is a terrible thing to do.
You must tell me your security is less important than a man's life. I don't want to hear about your job. If he dies, you're going to be charged with criminal negligence. You're right. It's the safe house where they're taking Judge Cardona tomorrow morning. 14 Via Celestino.
Cardona should have arrived by now.
He'll be here.
Who are you?
I told you, a friend of Enrico's.
Don't lie to me.
What's going on? Who is she?
Come, Enrico. Come with me. Sit down, Enrico. It will be okay.
Fifth floor, on the corner.
You okay?
You couldn't have cut it much closer.
I'm going in the Inferno.
It's all right, Enrico. You're going home.
My father won't want me. Not after what I've done.
Enrico.
You okay?
Peter?
Now, just you phone your friend Guidicelli. Tell him everything is cool.
It's been a great day, boys. Tomorrow will be even better.
Stand up real slow. That's a good boy.
How would you like to work for me?
You want me to work for you? Wow. Jeez. Oh! Scum. Wasn't gonna do anything.
Make it 5,000 units. We're going short.
Bonsoir.
In and out by 4 o'clock.
Hey, how you doing, Bennett?
Well, if you haven't got the stomach for this, there are other brokers who do. Huh? Well, my downside's my business. Your downside's also my business. Well, I received reports from Rome. Everything seems to be cleaned up nicely.
And I assume that Guidicelli will soon be enjoying the hospitality of the Italian penal system?
Oh, for some time to come. The boy's testimony will ensure that.
How about Enrico?
Oh, we're still in hospital, doing fine.
You know, Chief, we should send him some flowers or something.
Don't tell me you've changed your opinion about rich kids.
Maybe about the odd one. Or two.
Come on. You know, they say it's through our children that we achieve immortality. Perhaps that's why we lean on them so desperately. Expect so much.